Hi, everybody. I'm just testing that it's working. I think we're live. Please tell me we are. If anybody's in the chat already, that will be very nice. I think we might be good. Yes, there we are. We have 4 people live. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Traveling with Russell and with Jen today.
Hi.
And I see already Gary's here, and we have a couple of other live people. I'm sure people will come into the live stream at some point. So I thought we'd try this. We did schedule it a little bit earlier. All good. Thanks, Gary. That's good to know that it's all good. You're back watching your have a nice chat. Hope that people ask questions on super chats. Funny that gave a lot of super chats to constant. Okay, thanks. Yeah, okay, sorry. I'm just reading the comments here. Oh, Real Moscow Projects is here as well. How's it going? I think it's somebody that's in Moscow. I think so. Yeah, so maybe you can just let us know where you are, Real Moscow Projects. My wife's here with us. Oh, and Brandon says hello. Hey, Russell and Jen. And welcome, Jen.
Thank you. Hi.
So I hope you can hear Jen nice and clearly. We've kind of put the microphone over a little bit to both of us, so I'm pretty sure it's coming across okay. So I thought we'd come in and do some questions.
Somebody writing here. Hi from Moscow.
Huh?
Да, меня зовут Женя.
Oh, there we go. So I think that's all good chat, Gary. So that's okay. I think it's all good and friendly. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
No worries. Yeah. So we're okay with the comments. I'm reading comments. Sorry, I'm looking here and looking here at the same time. So, and what does Niva say? What is Niva saying?
Just
Huh?
hi from Moscow. Very glad to see your wife.
Oh, okay. And Real Moscow Project is in Moscow as well, right?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I think so.
I think so. Yes. So yeah, good to see everybody. I hope everyone's had a good day today. It's now just after 8 p.m. here in Moscow. Actually, it's only just got dark in the last half an hour. We had sunset here about 7:33. Blogging Trucker, how's it going? Blogging Trucker, I know from working on when he cruised as a guest on Carnival Horizon when we were in Bermuda.
Nice.
So,
Somebody asked me what I'm doing for a job. I'm nail technician.
Yeah, so Jen works in a nail salon, in her own salon, downstairs from our apartment where we live. So you have what's the name of the salon? Does that have a name?
No.
Doesn't.
Salon have a name, but
What's the
my
name?
salon not.
Okay, what's the name of your salon? Oh, what's the name of the whole salon?
Территория красоты.
Territoria Krasati?
Yeah.
What does it mean in English?
It's like territory of beauty.
Territory of Beauty. There we go. So all good. Yes. Oh, you're in Moscow as well. Yeah, today we went to Vidno. Vidnaya today. Yeah, we went to arrange my RVP visa. We haven't quite completed that part yet, although it's been approved. After 4 months, finally it's approved. And today we went to the office. What was the office? What was it? Basically the regional office.
Yeah.
What's it called in Russian? You don't know?
No.
Okay. Because the people in Moscow
office.
probably know the name of it.
It's like office where people doing like visas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So basically we went to do FMS? UFMS. So if you guys know that, that's where we were today in Vidno. So we went kind of not quite halfway across Moscow because it was basically east of where we live. But you've got to go into Moscow center, change to the Circle Line, and then go back down towards Domodedovo. We were at Domodedoskaya metro station. So yeah, we went on a bit of a grand journey to get there today. On the way home, we took basically the public bus or the suburban bus, then the metro, and then the next suburban bus from Sarajevo home. So
You are really very tired today.
yeah, actually, both of us are very, yeah, right. We walked 11 kilometers today between kind of going to this immigration office and then coming home. And then Jen sort of took me to sort of see this new like shopping center, which has been there for a lot of years.
Yeah.
So it's basically an old hotel. How many levels is it? Maybe 15 level hotel that they've converted into shops. Each of the rooms on the levels are individual little shops.
This lady asked about Sakharov Immigration Center. No, we sent paper from Moscow Center in Kitay-Gorod.
Yeah, we
How
sent.
its name?
Oh, I don't know. You told me the name.
In Solyanka.
In Solanka, we went to. We've sent my documents from Solanka
From Solyanka.
in Kitay-Gorod. It's actually a building literally next to the Australian embassy. It's not the same street. They're kind of buildings back onto each other. So we're not sure yet. We're going to find out on the 15th. So the day after tomorrow, we're going to find out where we're going to take my passport to get the actual visa from. Because we're not sure yet, are we?
At Solyanka.
At Solanka.
They say today it's Solyanka.
Okay, so yeah, if anyone's not sort of caught up what we're doing, so basically this is the residency visa that we applied for me, which is essentially a permanent residency visa to live in Russia. The main reason we kind of did this was to allow me to fly in and out of Russia. So if I want to go back to the cruise ships, I can. If there's any chances of working on ships in Europe, which obviously that's the Europe season sort of now, essentially, or there's some ships in Europe right now. So, and there's actually some new builds in the shipyards in Europe. So there's a chance I could do that as well. I'm just going to see now, once we get the visa, we're not sure we'll get it this week, maybe next week. We don't know. We have to make an appointment to go to this place. So, yeah, it's been 4 months to get this to this stage. So it's kind of straightforward, but it's a bit of a drama, Moscow style, the paperwork you've got to do. If you guys are from Russia, you'd know, right? The amount of papers and stamps and, you've got to get another document. You've got to get another thing stamped. One of the documents, we had the wrong spelling.
Yeah.
Didn't we? We had the...
In your registration.
Yeah, so one of the registration documents had my name spelt backwards. So it was my name is Russell Lee Otway, but they had it as Lee Russell Otway on that document. So that's kind of sorted out. My shirt is, no, that's an eagle. It's West Coast Eagles, not a goat. Yeah, that's my football team in Australia, Australian rules football team. Yeah. So Brandon wants to know, will you be happy to have Russell back on the ship?
Yeah, I'm dreaming about it every day.
She wants me to leave faster. Now, what's some of the reasons you want me to go back to the ships?
Bring for me new Samsung.
A new Samsung phone?
New phone.
What else?
And new bag.
New handbag?
Yeah.
And what else?
I'm not worried about perfumes really.
And perfumes.
Yes, but the most important is bag and phone.
Yeah, so...
And my relaxing time 6 months without you.
Yeah, so Jen's more looking forward to having the house empty and me not up late on the computer, not the lights on in the kitchen. So... oh, thank you, Blogging Truck. You need to make us famous. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jen's more the star than me when we do these kind of like this. Nice to... Okay, does Jen... So does Jen want to work on the cruise ships? In the spa, in the salon?
Yeah, I want. Just for some experience, just to try, yeah?
6
months.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
for 3 months. Just
3
maybe I
months.
have seasickness. I don't know.
Yeah, I think, I
I
mean,
think I will.
yeah, I know. I think you'd be okay. Once you're working, you kind of, strap on spelt backwards is no parts. I didn't know that. Yeah, it was such a big waste of a day that day when we went with the papers, right? Because
Yeah.
who told us that it was, who was it that was wrong? Was the, oh,
Same guys at this office.
yeah,
Told us
so,
today.
yeah, the guy basically told us that their name was wrong. So we went and got it corrected. And then when we came back again, what happened? It was still wrong. It was right.
What?
It was right when we first took it. And he misinterpreted how my name was spelt because I guess in Russia people don't have middle names very often. So he basically mistook my middle name as my first name. So we actually had the right papers. We went and got them changed, brought them back again. And then they were wrong, right? It was like the wrong way around and we got it fixed again. So, how did you guys meet? Jen is so nice and shy, says Niva. Niva wants to know how we met.
How?
How did we meet?
How did we meet?
You know the answer.
Yeah, in Thailand.
In Thailand, yes. We were on separate holidays in Thailand. And Jen was there with her friend. And I had made a friend, Alex, who was also from Moscow, who I'm friends with literally here as well. And he and I went to a bar. Jen and her friend were at the same bar.
Yeah.
And we went over and talked to each other.
Drinking too much.
And Jen was drinking cocktails. And I think Jen had like she's got her glasses on now. She had like beer goggles on. You know these beer goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're drunk, you have like different view.
Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, he not on my shirt, on your shirt. He wants to
What?
know if it's what did he put?
It's really a Christmas shot. It's for Christmas.
Oh, this is like a reindeer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a reindeer. It's
for Christmas.
Oh, okay. It's for Christmas.
Yeah, it's a little bit like.
Thanks.
This.
Thanks, Gary. Yeah, sorry. I think it's all about me sometimes. It's about Jen. Jen's sitting on like a beanbag over here. So we have a couple of beanbags in the kitchen with our kind of like sofa set up. So when extra people are here, we've got chairs. So the beanbag's sitting a little bit lower in the kitchen. I can put it down a tiny bit more. There we go. How's that? So, oh, Bebel, how's it going? Yeah, ask away any questions while Jen is here in the chat. We've got 6 likes as well, so thank you for any likes. Yeah, so this visa is almost complete. Yeah, last week we were using an agent who helped us prepare all the documents, and last week they called us and tell us that the visa was ready.
Yeah.
And then Jen calls back, and they're like, "Oh, well, no, it's not ready." And then the guy that called shouldn't have called us. So we kind of made the plan to go today to this regional office. Any of the documents that you kind of have to prepare for your visa has to be based on where your residence is. And Jen and I have a studio or a smaller apartment in another region of Moscow, in Vidno. So we had to go to their offices in that area. It's basically Moscow region. Actually, the coolest thing today is seeing the old trolley buses.
Oh yeah.
You know the trolley buses with the cable lines that run around the town. So in that region, they've got the old trolley buses, which was pretty neat, wasn't it? I thought it was neat. So I like seeing all the old, like Soviet kind of old Russian pieces of old Russia that's still, in use now, if that makes sense. Like rather than the modern buses and modern, metro subway cars, they still have the old ones. Like it's very noisy in them, right? So yeah, if anyone has any questions, please ask away to Jen any questions you like. The other thing I mentioned in the topic of the video, chat with Jen, if you looked at the description, is about this microwave.
What?
What was your dream? One of your dreams?
Yeah, I wanted microwave.
To get microwave.
To get microwave.
So now, what's the only problem with the microwave? Is the price.
Yeah.
So, um, uh, so yeah, we're kind of working on the price of the microwave because we think that based on our budget, we need to get a little bit more money saved to get the fancier microwave because they have cheaper ones here, but they're really not the best. I don't know, but they're Chinese. They're made in Russia, you think, the cheap ones?
I don't know where. Maybe in China.
Maybe in China. So, Real Moscow Project wants to know: have you been in Izmailova Kremlin? You know Izmailova Kremlin. Yeah, our friend was actually married there, wasn't she?
Yes.
Olya.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a very, very good friend who was married. Actually,
Two times she married.
Oh, she's yeah. I was gonna say the wedding that I went to quite a few years ago. She's now divorced from that guy, and then she got married again now to a second guy.
Yeah, and
so in the same. So they do weddings at Izmailova. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about, the Izmailova Kremlin is kind of a replica of the Kremlin, but it's not really. It's more like touristy kind of replica. I've been there quite a few times to Izmailova Kremlin.
Yeah.
I kind of like it. I know it's a bit cheesy kind of place. It has a very good Saturday and Sunday flea market, like swap meets.
Yeah.
You love swap meets, don't you, Jen? The Sunday one in Rockingham.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite thing to do.
Oh, Gary has sent one super chat. It's 50 euros. Whoa. Huh?
Thank you. Nice. Thank you, Gary.
So Gary is the guy I'm talking to on the chat sometimes. I call him. He's in Germany.
Ah, okay.
You know any German?
No, I learned German in school, but I remember only Ich heiße Женя, nothing else.
What? Say it again.
It's like my name is Jen.
Go say it in German then.
Ich heiße Женя.
Oh.
Nothing else.
Thank you, Gary. We really appreciate the super chat. So, go for an air fryer. Says, TTs, how's it going? You can say hi to people if you like, because we're gonna have people chatting and then some people who's just in the chat. So you should go for an air fryer. What about an air fryer? You've seen those before.
Air fryer.
Yeah, it's like
what we had before. Like your Sarah had in Australia.
And my mom has. Yeah. They don't. They have them here in Russia though.
Yeah, they have in Russia. Just I'm not really cooking with this
air fryer.
Just fries. I prefer like a little bit more healthy food.
Yeah, the air fryer. Yeah, you can put vegetables in there and things like that. So, Gary said the money's for your dream microwave.
Oh, thank you. Hopefully, I will buy soon my dream microwave.
What else for the kitchen?
What else for the kitchen?
I don't know.
It's a lot of stuff because we rented apartment.
Yeah, so when we came back to Russia last year, Zhenya basically moved in. So a lot of apartments that you rent here are furnished, but it's basically very minimal furniture, right? So, like, there's nothing in the kitchen sort of thing. It's only like nothing in the kitchen. Oh, just everything. A fridge.
Yeah.
Right. So Zhenya moved in the first day, I think. Did you have anything the first night, or?
No.
So what did you do? You just slept?
I just slept in sofa, and in the morning I wake.
Oh, the next day.
To Hof with Tanya.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, Zhenya came to Moscow probably how long before me?
On May.
June, July.
22nd.
So I came like 2 months after you.
Yeah.
At least 2 months later.
Yeah.
So.
What favorite thing to cook for Russell?
Oh, hang on.
I really like to cook for Russell borscht soup. It's like Russian soup, but Russell I think don't like it.
So Zhenya's favorite thing is to make a lot of soups, which is very true. So, but borscht is the famous beetroot soup with beef and cabbage carrots,
potatoes.
potatoes. But she does also chicken soups, beef soups.
I can make a lot of soups really, but Russell don't like many vegetables. Don't like capsicum, don't like zucchini, don't like this, and just I can't cook what I like because
Yeah,
I'm
so
not
I don't.
like
Yeah,
this.
Jenya likes capsicum. She likes eggplant,
Yeah, my favorite.
and I don't like these.
Zucchini.
So, and if she puts things olives, I don't like
Yeah,
olives.
olives my favorite.
So yeah, flea market. Yeah, the flea market is good there. Real Moscow projects
Yeah.
said the flea. Sorry, we might be a few seconds ahead or behind of the chat because we're watching it on two different screens. So yeah, the flea market is on Saturday and Sundays. Actually, yeah, just talking about Izmailova. So if you're not sure what we're talking about, it's a place in Moscow, Izmailova Kremlin, and there's also a huge park there as well that you can walk through. And then they've got some hotels there called Alpha, Beta,
Oh, your doctors win on the weekend.
Gamma. Yeah, one sec. One? Yeah. Oh, I know. And those hotels, I'm telling some information. The hotels that they had there at Izmailova were the hotels that they used as the accommodation for the Olympics. You know,
Yeah.
right? In the
Right.
1980 Moscow Olympics. And now they're like Holiday Inn or something, aren't they? Or I don't know what brand is hotel.
Yeah, it's like in.
Like Holiday Inn.
Not expensive.
No, it's very cheap for the hotel, like $30 a night.
But you was there 10 years
I know,
ago.
but it's still cheap now.
Oh, okay.
It's
You
not
check price, however.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's very cheap hotel to stay at. Gary says, Gary also, Gary's so, oh yeah, okay, what is, now what's that, now I'm going to ask Jen without asking her now. Jen, I'm going to ask Jen, what are my favorite 3 things that I like to eat? Like in terms of cooking? Favorite 2 things then. What's my favorite thing?
Red Rooster.
Oh, yeah, from Australia, Red Rooster, which,
Russian?
no, what you cook here.
Why I cook here?
Yeah.
It's like meat in oven.
Yeah, so like pork with potatoes and mushrooms.
Yeah, a little bit
Like
tomatoes.
we
a
put
lot of mayonnaise.
Yeah,
and cheese.
and we put in the oven and what's the other one? Is the pork
Each pork.
pieces on the frying pan.
And pork pieces.
And pork on the frying pan, like pork I don't know, pork loin, whatever they are, with or without the bone. I don't know what that is. Oh, another person from Moscow. Yegor's TV Russian blogs. Hello from Moscow too.
Hi.
Yeah, so yeah, I guess we have some. Oh, it's 25 people. Oh, it's amazing. Hey Russell, Dockers had a win on the weekend. Yes. No, did Dockers?
I don't know. I'm not.
Oh, Dockers did win. Yeah, right. And because I watched the Eagles match, and then they were on the same day. That was when I went to Moscow because I watched the end of the Eagles, and then I went to Moscow, and you were still at work. So yeah, I watched the Eagles match, but I didn't watch the Dockers. So yeah, thanks TTs. Neva wants to know: do we have any kids?
No.
No kids. No children.
No.
But what do you want to have though, Jen?
Oh, I want cat.
A cat?
And small dog.
And which type of cat do you want to have?
Maine Coon.
Mancoon. You guys
Yeah.
know Mancoons?
Yeah.
The
and
big.
this dog. How this?
Oh, the dog with the ears.
Briar.
Briar Terrier, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know this breed. It's like some sort of like a crossbreed of a Yorkshire Terrier, but it's called Briar Terrier.
Yeah.
So.
It's I think US. They say salon USA. This dog is.
Yeah, but we did try to get a cat when we were first here, but we're not sure if Jen's allergic to cats or not. Because we had a friend's cat over, like we were cat sitting. We need to do another cat sitting, I think. We need to.
Yes, and not sure if we back to Australia how we can take this cat.
Well, that's for sure. We probably would be too difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is we are thinking about going back to Australia depending on the situation, right? I mean,
Right.
if things don't go as well, um, in Ismailova Park, there's an ancient labyrinth in the woods. What's that? Real Moscow project. Just type about the ancient labyrinth in Russian, so Jen knows what it is. Do you know what a labyrinth is?
No.
I don't know how to explain it. Like fable. Like in the woods in Ismailova. So. Oh yeah, right. That's what happens. There's more people here when we schedule the vlogs at 8 o'clock. So, and 8 o'clock's now. I'm going to ask Jen as well. So the live stream is at 8 o'clock. Now, what's the most important time of the whole day, Jen?
The most important
Time of the whole day.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. Why?
My favorite.
Yeah, Jen's sleeping time is normally 9 p.m. every night.
Yeah.
So,
I really wanted to stay awake longer, but it's 9 p.m. It's like switch off.
does anybody out there have like a go to bed time, like the ideal time to go
It's
bed?
very early, I know.
Oh, Jen's not so loud. You need to speak louder or come closer. I told you to come closer. Come closer. There we go. Is that better? No. Oh, so you need to ask. Yeah, we have kind
It's
of.
better, yes.
Oh, it's better.
Of course.
Oh,
Because I'm closer.
sorry. Yeah. So this is perfect when it's one person, but when it's two people, it's not as good. Sorry, TTs. Oh, there you go. Sorry. So I think Gary, we can leave this message. It's okay. It's talking about the park here in Moscow.
Oh, I didn't know really this story.
Um,
But I can translate it.
it's in Russian though, yeah. I know, but you understand what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? Oh,
I don't know.
draw by Daniel. It's 3 a.m. in Sydney. 3:30 a.m. I can't stay up any longer. All the best to you. Draw by Daniel.
Okay. Good night.
You need to talk to microphone.
Good night.
Jen's more sincere than it sounds. You meant to be like, oh, good night. But
Oh, good night.
sorry. Yeah, so it's 5 hours ahead for Perth. So it would be 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So it would be 1:30 a.m. for Perth. And then it's
plus 3 hours for Sydney.
2, 3. No, 2 hours. Plus 2 hours.
2 hours.
So snuggle up. He's going to be going to the Horizon soon. Brandon says I'm going to Carnival Horizon soon. And you should snuggle up to me before I leave.
You?
Yeah, well, that's the plan, is to go to Carnival. Yeah, see you later. Thanks, Daniel, for coming to the live stream.
Thank you. Good night.
Hope to see you again on another live stream. The more you guys can encourage Jen to be here, the more she'll sit and be part of the live stream. So that's kind of important for us. Yes?
Yes.
I told Jen she should have her own channel where she does everything in Russian, but she doesn't really want to. So, yeah, Brandon says that I'm going back to Horizon soon. To Carnival Horizon. This is the same. Yeah, the shop manager on there is emailing me and messaging me weekly about when I'm coming, when's my visa getting sorted out. So, yeah, the whole plan is around getting my residency visa for Russia. And then I can literally fly out of Moscow, fly back to America, fly back to Moscow, in and out, no problems at all. Oh, yeah, so it's 7:30 p.m. in Germany.
Yeah, 1 hour back.
Oh, just 1 hour? Yeah, 1 hour difference. Oh, okay.
Because it's very close.
Yeah, right.
It's a few hours flight. Or 3 hours.
Yeah, so yeah.
But where in Germany? Which city?
He told me, but I forgot already. Sorry.
I wasn't in Germany, just at Frankfurt in Main.
In the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
24 hours.
Yeah, so yeah, when Jen flew back from Australia when you flew to Australia.
To Australia.
Yeah, so when she flew from Russia to Australia, it was during all of the COVID lockdowns. And the Australian embassy here in Moscow arranged a repatriation flight with Lufthansa, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was crazy that day when I had to book all that. I was so panicked when I was booking them tickets.
I'm also.
Oh, I was at work in Coles, in the supermarket.
And book ticket for me.
Yeah, I was on my phone, and yeah, and the embassy in Moscow said that we can book on this Lufthansa flight from Moscow to
Frankfurt. Right?
Frankfurt, and then I had to then book the flight with Qatar Airways
Yeah.
from Frankfurt, Doha to Perth, and I literally had to book on. I had my phone open. I was at work at Coles Supermarket in Perth at work, and I went in the break room with my laptop. I'd brought it to work knowing we were doing this. I just had to get the timing right to book both tickets so that I could coincide with that both tickets would work and book and pay for. And I was just panicked, like sweating like crazy at the time because it was so like, you've got to book it right now. You've got no choice. You've got to pay right now. So, and we'd actually Jen already had another ticket that got cancelled. How many times? Like 3 or 5 times. Yeah, Qatar Airways kept cancelling all the flights because, of course, around the whole world, they cancelled everything, right? This is 2 years ago now we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And it took me, how long to get that money back? Like
1 year.
A year. Yeah, to get my refund from Qatar Airways, from Jen's original cancel flight, it took 1 year to get the money refunded.
But it's very nice they still
Gave the money back.
give the money back.
Yeah, but if I wanted it in credit, it would have been fine, but there wasn't a plan to use the money.
Yeah, of course.
So...
But somebody asking, can you still fly internationally? Yeah? Through Turkey and through Dubai?
Yeah, so in and out of Russia, Turkish Airlines flies to Istanbul.
Yeah.
And I imagine that probably Serbian Airlines is flying. I don't know. But I know for sure Turkish Airlines is flying. So you could fly to Istanbul and then fly anywhere else except Russia. You can't fly directly anywhere from Russia except Russian-friendly countries. Yes, yeah. That's right, Gary. Yeah, exactly. This is what Putin is calling. Well, Mr. P, sorry. He's calling friendly countries.
Yeah, friendly countries.
It's very interesting, this word that he uses. Like,
yeah.
I guess it's the way it translates.
It's translated strange, but in Russian it's like means okay.
Yeah. So, and then Emirates is flying, so you can fly through Dubai. Qatar Airways is flying, so you can fly through Doha. So we can come to visit you in Germany, Gary, if you have another spare room or someone else. He's offering. Yeah, so Neva says it's 8:34 here. Right, yeah, we're on exactly, of course. So TTs, we can fly internationally. We are limited on the number of airlines, of course. But the airport is still operating. The vast majority of flights in and out of Moscow airports is domestic, though. Right, the vast majority. So essentially, these, like Gary's mentioning, that these friendly countries, there's not a big list of friendly countries. Mm-hmm. I don't think. So, yeah, it's
And still, it's these flights like longer.
Right, yes, right. So, yeah, a lot of the airlines have to avoid airspace.
Yeah,
so
like through Kazakhstan, like not through south.
Yeah, so the south of Russia, and then
side. It's crazy daisy.
Yeah, even like a lot of other airlines that normally fly over Russian airspace from the Europe across to China or America. They go this way, and they've now got to fly like I think Finland Air has to fly like 2 or 3 hours extra.
Yeah, like do you remember Vika?
Yeah.
Yeah, she back from Sochi, and flight was 5.5 hours.
Oh.
It's crazy, because it's usually maybe 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. You need to come closer.
I'm here.
So yeah, thanks everybody who's in the live stream. We really appreciate. The more questions for Jen, the better. You're more than welcome to ask anything you like in the live stream. It's no worries. Neva, do you have any suggestions of places that I can make some videos in Moscow for the channel? My plan was to go to Sadovot. But Sadovot doesn't really let you do any filming there. They're very crazy. But there's a huge pet shop there, like pet shop, yeah, like where you can buy fish and birds, and we think it's the largest pet shop in Russia. I think it is. So I want to go to this pet shop, but it's like 2 hours away from where we live by like train and bus. It's miles away. It's not close.
Yeah, it's very.
So, are you going to do any more open markets soon? Gina wants to know. Open markets, like I did. This one now, the Rynek. This Rynek that I went to. The markets without roof. Oh, today we went to a market today, didn't we? By accident.
Yeah.
When we were at Domodedoevskaya metro station. So basically, where we were at this office, we had to take a bus back to the nearest metro, and at the bus station, they had an open market there, and we kind of stumbled on it. So we kind of walked through, but it was very busy, wasn't it? Like that market today. Like there was a lot of people around there at that market.
What's the best thing you like about Australia?
TTs? What's the best thing you liked? I think TT's in Australia. So what was your favorite things?
My favorite things?
Yeah, talk louder to TTs.
Nature.
Nature? Yes, we went down south to Margaret River.
Yeah, all beautiful.
We probably didn't see enough of basically the country areas of WA down south. We went to Margaret River, Busselton, Bunbury. Sorry. What other things do you like about Australia? Tim Tams?
Tim Tams I like, yeah. Cherry ripe I like.
Cherry ripes. What else?
Shrimps.
Oh, shrimps. Prawns. Prawns in Australia. Yeah, we have some very good Russian friends that Jen met, and one of her friends makes like curried prawns. It's like prawns with curry sauce.
Oh, yes, it's amazing.
It's prawns with like red curry sauce.
Yeah, and coconut.
Oh, and coconut oil.
Yeah.
Coconut milk.
Coconut milk.
It's very, very nice.
And Tom Pen. It's amazing. In Australia, it's the best prawns because it's too big.
Yeah, king prawns.
Yeah.
And banana prawns. Yeah, we went to
banana prawns.
In Perth. We've got a place called Canning Vale Markets, which is basically like wholesale markets, like Food City, but much, much, much smaller. And they've got a Saturday and Sunday public market, and they have like a fish market there where you can get the banana prawns. So I am going to go to another open market here and there. I'm just going to try to find different places that aren't the same places. That's the whole thing, is not to go to the same place over and over, and go to somewhere that's a little bit different, like to go to this pet shop, biggest one in Russia. I think that would be kind of neat. I think it would be. So don't go to Sadovot. It's a diabolical place.
Yeah.
Real Russia said. I went there a couple of months ago, and actually afterwards, I realized that across the highway from Sadovot is Bela Dacha. Bela Dacha. The shopping.
I was at Sadovot one time in my life. It was only one time, and I will be not back never.
Yeah, and then is the Bela Dacha. What's the shopping center called? It's a very big shopping center.
Bela Dacha.
Yeah, Mega Bela Dacha. So I went there afterwards. And then when I came out the exit, I told you this, didn't I? When I came out the entrance or exit of the Bela Dacha, it was dark outside. And I panicked which bus to catch back to the metro station. And I was panicking. It was one of the few times in Moscow that I was a little bit worried how to get home from there. Because I wasn't sure which side of the road to catch the bus. Because it was all like marshrutkas, like these regional small buses. Have you been to St. Petersburg? It looks beautiful in pictures, asks Ernie.
Yeah.
I haven't been. I've been only on the cruise ships.
A few times.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
like it better than Moscow?
No, it's different. It's a big different.
Yeah, it's much older place.
Maybe it's not much older.
Right.
Maybe it's just more
Historical.
historical. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It's a bit more a historical place. Jen, do you like the climate in Australia? Isn't it too hot for you?
It's
Asking if-
too cold for me.
No, Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, the winter
In
time.
winter time, it's crazy how it's cold and hot. Yeah.
Right, yeah, so big extremes in the weather. Yeah, that was the one thing Jen was in Australia basically twice. Once sort of a winter, and then the second time was winter summer. And she found the Perth winter very cold because of the difference in the temperature. It's not like minus 10, 20 like here cold, because
Yeah.
you're used to it. But
And it's because inside no
heating.
Heating.
Yeah, so our apartment here in Moscow, we've got underfloor heating in the bathroom. So she found the bathroom like very, very cold. We only had an air conditioner in the apartment, which you could put on heating. And we had to get second blankets for the bed as well, like double blankets.
Double blanket and one more double blanket.
Just be very careful there at Sadovot. They do like when someone is... They don't like it when people are filming there. Yeah, I've been there. When I was there, I noticed that I kind of was going to make a video. This is a couple of months ago. Then I kind of talked myself out of it because it was just too many people around and people looking at you. So, it's 12:40 p.m. in Mississippi. Ernie's in Mississippi, in America.
Wow.
MISSISS. That's all I remember how to spell Mississippi. MISSISSIPPI. Yeah, it's like you always remember that. Sounds Indian. Oh, the curried prawns, the
Yeah.
prawns.
But it's really very tasty.
Yeah, when we go around to our friends there, so her husband's actually Scottish, and then she's from St. Petersburg. She's Russian from St. Petersburg. So Jen and her have the prawns, and then Ian and I have like these shanks, them lamb shanks.
Yeah.
And his wife makes lamb shanks for us and potatoes. Like we just want our normal foods. Sadovot is hell on earth. I'm just kidding. I've never been there actually. Oh, you've never been there, Neva, and you're from Moscow. It's hell on earth.
Yeah.
I agree. It is. I mean, it's an experience to go there. How many countries has Jen been to with and without you? Asks Chari Lover. Chai Lover. Oh, tea lover. That's their name, Chai Lover. So it's like tea lover.
Yeah.
Jen loves tea as well, by the way. How many
Yeah.
countries have you been to?
Not a lot.
Come closer. What?
Not a lot.
You've been to?
Bali, Sri Lanka, Egypt. But it's million times. It's not only one time.
Yeah,
Turkey.
so Turkey and Egypt. Turkey and Egypt are very popular destinations for Russians
Yeah.
to go on like all-inclusive package holidays.
Yeah.
So you've been there a lot. And Sri Lanka she's been to?
Thai, Bali.
Thailand, Bali. So together we met in Thailand, but we've been to Bali a few times together.
Yeah. And I've been in Thailand with Oля.
Oh yeah, you went as well with friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, a few places.
Not a lot. Better ask Russell how many countries.
Yeah, I've been
So,
with cruise ships. I've been to a
million.
lot of countries.
Yeah.
Together we were in Thailand and Bali together, and Australia.
And
So-
Australia, yeah.
So, are there any popular amusement parks or attractions in Moscow area? There's
Parks?
like theme parks in Moscow.
Which parks?
Theme parks like with rides and stuff like that. There isn't really, is there? There's Vedenha has the big. They're building a
Yeah,
big
maybe
wheel.
Vedenha.
They're building like GoldenEye big wheel in Vedenha Park, but it's not finished construction yet. They had like an outdoor theme park there, but it's been dismantled now. I think a lot of the rides were like too dangerous, I think, and not to standard. They have a kids amusement park that we talked about, the one that Irina went to, that we saw the photos. There's an indoor theme park. It's like
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Disney-esque
It's
indoor
like
theme
Disney.
park.
What is it?
I don't know. Somebody's putting crazy stuff.
What is it?
I think somebody's putting like crazy messages here. So,
Okay.
sorry everybody.
No chance to read.
So yeah, Babel, there's a zoo as well, but it's not so great zoo. The zoo, and there's an aquarium. There's the big aquarium at Vedenhar also.
Yeah.
There's a big aquarium, like indoor aquarium with like a dolphin show, no?
Yeah, it's with dolphins.
Dolphins and
this
whales,
yeah.
big whales. But it's an indoor version, kind of like SeaWorld, but indoors. They've got that in Moscow as well.
Sorry, it's not outdoors like in Australia.
Yeah, because of the weather, they got to have things indoors. So, you're nearly right. There is a lot of fake cosmetics there, so sellers are unfriendly for those who film there. Yeah, that's why they don't like people filming, because of the fake items.
Of course.
Actually, today we went. The place we went to today had genuine fake perfumes, and they were selling them for like $20. No, about $20 a bottle. But a lot of them were testers, believe it or not. They were in cardboard.
But it's not testers really.
No.
It's made in Turkey.
The guy said that they were from Turkey, the ones that we came across.
He can say it's like testers. People who believe it.
Yeah.
I just know this.
Don't believe
story.
it. Yeah. What things or food do you miss most that you can't buy right now? Oh, you mean like, Lorem, like, you mean from sanctions and stuff, I guess? There's not really anything, I guess, there's not really anything you can't buy still. Everything's still available in the stores. Like in terms of sanctioned companies, pretty much there's nothing missing on the shelves in any stores that we go to. Today we were at Globus again. We went there on the way home. We called in, and there's no empty shelves of things. Like in terms of brands in the supermarkets or in the markets. Actually, I saw a lady today buying Philadelphia cream cheese. You know, Philadelphia? Philly cream cheese. And I don't think I've even noticed it before when I've looked in the shop for it. And I saw it today at that Domodedovo market.
But it's sale everywhere.
So, yeah. Who is this people making all these cuckoo questions here? I don't know. Sorry, everyone. No chance to visit Moscow. How difficult is it to visit Russia right now in 2022? Restrictions, COVID's flights. So in Moscow particularly, they've lifted all the COVID restrictions. So you don't have to wear masks anymore. You don't have QR codes anymore.
But this is in Moscow.
In Moscow.
Not in Russia.
Yeah, in other cities, there's still regional restrictions. So in Moscow now, even I saw today the guy scraping like the stickers off the floor in the supermarket, like the 1.5 meter guideline stickers. They've took down like the plastic screens in front of the checkout operators. They're kind of trying to make Moscow look normal again. So, yeah, flights you can still get. I mean, it's just not as many international airlines. Probably the biggest problem is depending on where you're from. Jesus, his name's Jesus. Instead of Jesus, it's Jesus. It's probably the issue with getting visas. That's probably the biggest problem for most people, because not a lot of embassies are operating to issue visas. No Disneyland Moscow, says Ernie. Yeah, what's the name of that place? Do you know the name of it? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Yeah, Disney's like pulled out of Russia.
Like Disneyland.
Huh? Yeah, it's like a huge indoor theme park, but it's mostly like themed around younger children, like maybe kids under about 12 or 13 or younger. It's not really for adults, really, this park. It's more generated for younger kids, but it's very Disney-esque, but indoors inside of buildings. But yeah, it's not Disney, because Disney's pulled out of Russia as well. So, TT wants to know, could you move and live in Australia permanently? So Jen has her residency. She has her visa. I think now that we have been here longer, I think you miss Australia more.
Yeah.
And I think the first 2 times that Jen's been there, I think she didn't probably acclimatize enough to Australian life. I think, right, that's probably the best thing to kind of acquaint, if that makes sense. So could you move there? Guys, I'm a little bit behind on the questions, so I'm going to catch up and go a bit faster. So, TTs, could you move and live in Australia permanently?
Yes.
Yes, there we go. Um,
Park Сказка.
Park Skazka.
I don't know. I'm not sure. Where is it?
Is that the name of the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one what we're talking about. Yeah, thanks, Real Moscow. I'm in Houston, northern Mississippi, about 35 miles or southwest of Tupelo. No flights from Western Airlines. Yeah, that's the big thing. Yeah, a lot of airlines are not flying into Russia. So you'd probably struggle to find flights or cheaper flights.
Yeah.
That's going to be another issue. If we book tickets to Australia, we're worried about how expensive they're going to be. A good one, big park for kids with a lot of attractions. Yeah, good news. That's better. Yeah, better stock shelves than in England. Because we're saying about this that the shelves are full. It's same in Australia when we were there. There was, with COVID, they had no toilet rolls and people panic buying things.
Yes.
So, I mean, Mexico found a flight to Turkey, then Moscow. It's expensive, but it could be worth it. Yeah, so Turkish Airlines, yeah, you could fly through Istanbul to get. So you could do it, Jesus. It's possible. I got rid of both of them. Thank you, Gary. Yes, thank you for deleting. Gary's a moderator in the channel, so he can basically delete people and cancel people and block people. Also, there's Russian Disneyland, Island of Dreams on Technopark metro station.
Yeah.
Oh.
I tried to show you today, but when you put your hand, it's already like.
Oh, Real Moscow, we were on the metro line today that went past that because the metro that we were on stopped at Technopark, and Jen was pointing it out the window to us because it comes out above the underground, but I didn't notice it. So thanks. Yeah, this is the name of the place here.
Я поняла, остров мечты. Я поняла, что сказка это.
Yeah, talk closer.
Сказка это крылатская. Да, как бы. А тот, наверное, называется остров мечты, который Диснейленд.
Yeah, you need to talk closer to the microphone. Remember.
I'm close.
No, it's not loud for people. Okay, I will try to find something from Mexico to Turkey, then to Moscow. Yeah, that's probably it, Jesus, I would say. Otherwise, with Emirates or Qatar Airways, if you go the other direction to get through. So, what type of music do you enjoy listening to, says Bebel? What's your music you like listening to?
I like rock.
Rock music.
Rock music.
And what else? You sometimes do meditation?
Meditation, yeah.
Meditation, like relaxing music.
Yeah. Rock music or relaxing music.
There we go. Rock or relax. That's kind of a big difference.
Yeah.
Jen has Spotify on her phone, by the way. So I've managed to get Spotify working here because our account is registered in Australia. Otherwise, I think that would be cancelled as well.
Why?
Because they block like Netflix. You can't pay for the accounts in Russia.
Yeah, but my Spotify you paid from Australia.
Right. That's why it's working.
Oh. Yes.
You're welcome. Norman. Oh, maybe you guys know each other. Somebody new here. So, yeah, thanks everybody who's here. 25 likes. You can see the graph. We have like a graph here so we can see how many people are here at the same time. So.
Сказки есть альпаки. Да, я поняла. Все, я, значит, правильно поняла. Остров мечты в технопарке, сказка в крылатском.
Yeah, so Real Moscow. So Gary, she's mentioning this indoor theme park that we actually went past today on the train, and I didn't look out the window and notice it. So I wonder if that's the same one that I know about, but I just don't know where it is. It's probably the same one.
Probably.
Yeah, because I've read about one and I've seen the website and I've seen about everything about going to this place. Thumbs up, everybody. Yes, thank you, Cheryl. Any thumbs up will be good. And we thank anybody that's maybe putting super chat, super stickers. We are going to go and do microwave shopping and a toaster. Oh, you want a toaster?
Yeah.
A toaster as well?
For 4 pieces of bread.
Yeah, so at the moment we don't have a toaster. So we have one of those frying pans that's like for pancakes. You know, the thin frying pans. So we're using like a thin frying pan for toasting bread.
Yeah.
Right? So, and it's not really, I think everyone needs to own a toaster in the world, except we don't have one. So I'm laughing and I shouldn't laugh. It's not that funny. But I was very fortunate when we were in Australia. My mum had kind of been hoarding things in the shed and garage for us. And she brought a lot of things over to this apartment that we were renting. Yeah, there is also a shopping mall in Island of Dreams, Technopark. Maybe you'll be interested to walk in there. Oh. So it's like a different place, like shopping center and theme park together. Or the shopping inside the theme park.
It's like, it's park. You just buy ticket
Mhm.
and go in park.
And then, yeah. No, thank you, Real Moscow Projects. I think we need to get together somehow and meet up and maybe make videos somehow together. I don't know if you want to do that kind of thing. Yeah, actually, just talking about when Jen and I met, Alex, who was the guy that I was with when Jen was with her friend in Thailand, I'm going to see him on Friday. He was actually just in Thailand on holiday himself, and he had crazy time trying to get back to Russia because his flights were with Aeroflot. And they canceled the flights, and then he had to rebuy tickets with Emirates, I think. So he's now back since last week, and then we're going to meet on Friday. Oh,
in Harvey Norman microwave, some special.
Oh, you know Harvey Norman, right?
Of course, I know Harvey Norman.
What did we buy in Harvey Norman?
Vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, we bought. Jen's other dream was to have vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
And I bought Jen the.
It's not my dream have vacuum cleaner. Don't say like that.
Right, but it's
my dream have Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
So, and when Jen flew to Moscow ahead of me, she sent me a request to bring in the luggage. So I had to bring the Dyson from Australia to Moscow in my suitcase.
Yeah, and now we can sell this Dyson for $1 million rubles.
Yeah. Oh no. Buy apartment with. Yeah. So I had to take it apart to bring it through in my luggage because of the battery. So I had to separate the battery from the vacuum, and they asked me because I had the parts in my carry-on bag, like the parts for the Dyson vacuum, and the guy when it passed through the X-ray machine, the guy asked me what's in the bag, and I'm like, oh, maybe you can look over to the person looking at the scanning monitor and ask them what it is. And it was the heads for the vacuum cleaner I had in my carry-on bag, separate. It looked very weird, right? So, Ernie's put super chat for toaster.
Oh, thank you so much. I will buy toaster tomorrow then. Yeah?
Tomorrow? So quick. Oh, you're going tomorrow for...
Yeah, I'm going to Moscow.
Jen's going to the Jen's going to the dentist tomorrow. Actually, she could. I said while we were in Moscow today, she should have gone, but her dentist works a couple of days per week. So, and Lauren Epsom. Oh, £10 as well.
Thanks.
More for the toaster.
Thanks.
Oh, so it's like 10 plus 10, and £10 is a little bit more with dollars and pounds. So, thank you. I think we do we have enough, or I don't know. Fancy toaster. I don't know the price of toasters. Sorry, I work in supermarkets, not in electrical goods stores. That's the biggest thing working on cruise ships for the last 20 years, everybody. when I first came home to Australia, it was difficult for me to grasp the price of things. When I moved into the apartment, I had to buy like new fridge. I had to buy a fridge, sofa, bed, mattress, desk. I had to buy everything. And I remember when I went to the IKEA, the bill was like $2,000 for everything because we bought everything in one go. When I went with Joel, Jen wasn't there, right? Because I'd come before Jen arrived, I kind of went with my sister's son, my nephew, and I bought everything in like one like speed trip in IKEA, and we loaded it on the trailer. He reversed the trailer in IKEA. So yeah, Lorem, thank you for the super chat, and to Ernie and Gary earlier. It's big help for Toaster. I don't know. I'm sorry that I'm always laughing like with big grin on my face. It's like I need to be more normal, and thank you. Yeah, how did you guys meet? Fatima Kechtova. Kechtov. Oh, you think this is Russian name?
Yeah, I think so.
Fatima, are you from Russia? Huh? Yeah, we met in Thailand. And how long ago?
10 years.
10 years ago we met in Thailand.
And still I not learned my English.
And what was the worst day ever, do you think, in your life?
When I meet you in Thailand. It was the worst day in my life.
She thinks it's the worst mistake ever when she met me. To this day, she doesn't think she's had another worse day than that. Because she like fell in love with me at first sight. And then when we first met, Jen didn't really speak very good English at all. And we were trying to like add each other on social media, like on Facebook, to chat with each other.
Yeah.
And we couldn't figure out even doing that together. So it was very difficult to do this. But it worked out. I think we met again. Was it the next night or the night after? I think back in the bar again.
Don't know.
Yeah, it was the next night or the night after we met again in the bar. Lauren says we should know down to the hour when we first met. 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was 10. And we got married here in Moscow 4 years ago. No, 5 years ago. Sorry, Lauren, we're very bad at this part when we don't know when we got married.
When we got married, you not remember as usual?
4 years.
4 years ago.
4 years ago
2nd of March.
We got married 4 years ago.
Russell always not remember this.
Oh, Bebel is off. Stay safe. I'm going to check out now. Catch you at the next live stream. Oh, Bebel said we're going to catch us at the next live stream. The two of us.
See you.
So, thank you, Bebel. Thanks for coming to the live stream. Of course, you're a very valuable friend also from the cruise channel. But I'm obviously doing more things on this channel now because it's seeing lots of growth and lots of people. So yeah, 27 likes, by the way.
Nice.
What are you meant to tell everybody when we make videos?
Put thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
So yeah, Jen kind of knows what to do. So yeah, you should know down to the hour. Jen knows every date down to the hour. She even knows like my parents' birthdays, my sister's kids' birthdays. And I'm kind of bad like that. I have to rely on Facebook sometimes when is the birthdays and things like that. So, 25 people. That's amazing. I think it's like I think we're nearly at a record, I think. Are appliances more expensive in Russia compared to Australia? The price of our appliances, like things in the like kitchen store, is more expensive than Australia. I think now it's almost the same.
Now I think it's same. Before it was, I think, cheaper in Russia.
Yeah, the price of most electronics and electrical goods has gone up probably between 20 and 50%. The price of things in the electrical stores in the last 7 weeks. Since all of this craziness went down, literally overnight they were changing prices like 10% up, 20% up, 30% up. And now it's maybe a lot of things would be close to double the price than what they were 7 weeks ago. Before, I mean, I agree these prices are up. I would say a lot of things with the exchange rate the way it is now, a lot of things in Moscow have come a lot closer to Australian prices. Whereas before 7 weeks ago, everything was considerably cheaper here. You know, the cost for an apartment, the cost for electricity, the day-to-day living expenses here are less. I mean, even the other Russians that are here in the chat will probably know that as well. So Ernie, I would say that things are cheaper, but not by much at the moment. I mean, petrol is very cheap here still. It's only about 50 rubles. So it's less than $1 a liter in terms of Australian or American currency per liter. Fuel won't go up in price here because they've got such supply of fuels here in Russia. So Russell isn't a drinker, but Chen got him to drink, got him to go to the bar twice. It's true. And I'm not, because Brandon knows me from the cruises that I don't drink, so I drink an occasional beer. And actually, even here in Russia, when we go to friends' houses,
Just half bottle of beer.
I'll drink half a beer, and I look very bad in front of all of Jen's friends and family.
Who drinking non-stop?
Yeah, they're drinking and toasting, like no reason. Sometimes they just make a toast.
But it's okay. I'm also not drinking, Russell.
Yeah, but except you say that then. Christmas, New Year.
Yeah, just occasionally.
So when people love each other, they always find the same language. Oh, very true, real Moscow. Yes. Darren's watching from Detroit, Michigan.
Wow.
The Motor City. They have they used to have a lot of car manufacturing in Detroit. It's famous.
Really my dream.
Actually, talking about supermarkets and shopping centers, Darren, I went to Great Lakes Crossing Shopping Mall when I was in Detroit. I've been to Detroit, and I went to a shopping mall there. Actually, it's like Bella Dacha because it's got a shopping center on either side of a highway, and it's got an overpass. Mm-hmm. And Bella Dacha here in Moscow has that. It's got a huge overpass over a big highway. I think with prices, you're just ahead of the curve from the rest of us. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, we're still ahead in terms of the true exchange rates and things like that. I mean, the cost of things like food and day-to-day items is still less here, but it's catching up a little bit, I'd say. Catching up a little bit.
Yeah, but
you can still buy cheap things, though. You know, if you want to. I mean, you can still buy nice food for cheap. You can still make nice meals from, the food that you're buying even with a smaller budget. So with the Australian wage, it makes more sense to move. Yeah, like if we to earn salaries in Australia, obviously it would be much better salaries in Australia than here. Jen's wage would double or triple. Even for her nail salon. I mean, the cost that she charges for nails here, like manicure, pedicure, is very cheap compared to Australia, but it's more close to the local prices here. Whereas in Australia, you was charging a lot more, but it was Australian prices. Even my job for working, I was doing merchandising and store refits for Coles and Woolies. And a lot of that was overnight work and weekend work. So it was on like good penalty rates, even for working in supermarkets. So doing merchandising. Oh, Fatima says she lived in Moscow for 23 years.
I lived in Moscow.
Oh, Mobe. Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, let's say hello here. Mobe1 from Philadelphia. Sorry, the camera's here, and I'm looking at the...
Right.
Sorry, guys, if I'm looking at the chat, not at the camera. I'm very sorry to distract like that. We need to work on this a little bit more, I think, for future. Yeah, Fatima, hello. Mobe, hello. I think I said hello to Darren already. Lorem, hello. So yeah, you can wave and say hi.
Hello, hi everybody.
Yeah, gee, we're at £1.60 per liter in the UK. Yeah, we worked it out, the exchange. I did the video about, if you want to look back at the playlist, I made a video at the local petrol station where we live here. And there's a bit of a cutaway in that video. You'd have to kind of pause it to watch. But I put like a price exchange with pounds and dollars, and it's considerably less here for petrol. Very, very cheap to buy petrol or diesel for your car, or gas, I guess you would call it in America. So, are you serious? That's cool. We've been to Great Lakes Crossing numerous times. Yes, Darren. Seriously, yeah. Quite a lot of years ago, I was working on cruise ships for 20 years, and we had what's called a wet dock, where the ship went out of service for literally one cruise, where they did some repairs and fixes to the ship, and we basically, I had a chance to just get off and do things. So I flew to Detroit and stayed with a friend for 3 or 4 days in Detroit. And we didn't do anything too exciting. We stayed at the house. We went to the shopping center. We went to the movies. Yeah, but that's the one thing I remember going. We actually drove over to Windsor. We went under the tunnel to Windsor in Canada. And we did the bridge on the way back as well. Yeah. Oh, you guys are chatting to each other here. So how much does Jen charge for nails?
Yeah. In
rubles.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
1,700.
So yeah, so manicure.
It's like $30 here. In Australia, it was $50, $60.
Yeah, so roughly 30 Australian dollars here, equivalent. And then in Australia, she would do full manicure with polish.
Yeah, with gel.
Yeah, $60.
Yeah, $60.
And that was like by appointment. We had a salon in our apartment, by the way. We set up a home salon. So she had the nail table, nail chair, all the equipment, all the polishes, the drills. Yeah, it was like 100 for manicure, pedicure, 105, no? 105 or $110 in Perth. And here, how much would be for both? Like 3,000 rubles? 4. Oh, so $60, $70. $60? $60. Yeah, we're just working out with our exchange rates.
That's very cheap in Australia, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, when Jen compared with other Russian manicurists, her prices were actually quite low when we figured out that other people were charging a lot more. So, yeah, it's considerably less here. What's half price?
Yeah.
Would you say? And actually, Jen's salon that she runs herself here is by appointment. So it's basically like a small salon that people call or send messages or come in for appointments. It's not like a open all the time salon, which you could go to cheaper salons and get $10 or $20. The cheapest ones here, though.
It's normal price for Aprelivka. It's not cheaper in Aprelivka.
Yeah, we're about 30 kilometers from Moscow as well. So we're in a suburban area of Moscow. So it's not a higher price. If you go to Moscow Center, you could pay a lot more in the Moscow Center salons.
Yes, in Dunay it was 7,000. It was $130.
Yeah, so manicure was $130. But this is like at a luxury salon in Moscow Center. Gas is... Oh, Darren says hello. There we go. Hello, Jen and Russell.
Hello.
Yeah, it's Yevgenia or Jen is Yevgenia is her full name.
Yeah.
It goes by Jen or Jenny. It's kind of more the Australian name. Her salon in Australia was called Gentle Nails, like Jentle, Gentle Nails, by the way. So, um, yeah, and I didn't come to Darren. I'm sorry, I didn't come to see you. Let's do for 14 more minutes. 14 more minutes. So it's till 9:30. Yeah, please. 14 more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, Jen's gonna stay for 10 or 12 more minutes.
Because sorry guys, because I need to wake you early tomorrow.
Yeah, Jen, you have clients in the morning?
Yes, I have clients in the morning, and after I go to dentist, and after I'm back and my clients again.
Oh, okay. So she has full day tomorrow. So your client in the morning, going to the dentist in Moscow, and client in the afternoon. Real Moscow said she's got a friend that lives in a Prelivka. Yeah, that's where we are here. We're in a Prelivka. Oh, there you go. So when you come to visit in a Prelivka, your friend, you can come and meet us as well.
Come and meet us as well.
No problems at all. We have. You're more than welcome to come around for tea and biscuits, as they say in England.
Yeah.
We don't really.
And vodka and seletka, you can say
In
in Russian.
Russia. I watched pretty much all of your cruise videos a few years ago before COVID. They're awesome. We can't wait till you're back on the cruise ships. Yeah, I think Jen is more excited for me to go back to work.
It's not really. It's just about money.
Thanks. Yeah, this is the biggest thing now.
It's not really about I want you leave to USA, because I'm really afraid maybe you can't back to Moscow.
Yeah, that's
something happened.
Right. Yeah, there's a couple of kind of factors in me flying back. That if something happens and then they don't let me fly back to Russia, or maybe they're weary of why I was in Russia. You know, that I've got stamps from Russia in my passport and Russian visa. Because, you know, in my passport, I've got, American visa, Russian visa with an Australian passport. It kind of could look a little bit out of sorts for some people, right? I mean, Jen just wants me to go back to earn money and buy a handbag and...
No, it's not about...
Yeah.
It's about buying maybe house and car, not just handbag.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we're now trying to figure out is to, buy an apartment or get a nice deposit for a house. That's, we kind of struggle about things like this microwave and this toaster here because we don't have some of the necessities in our apartment, believe it or not. You've been here now 9 months. 9 months? And I've been 7 months. Yeah, give or take. Yeah, 9 months. And we still don't have everything in our apartment. So thank you, Darren, for watching videos from the cruise channel. I appreciate. Sorry, I'm a bit lost track there. There is a kind of a point now. I mean, coming home from the ships when COVID happened in 2020. It's now 2 years now since all that happened. I mean, it was kind of the right time. Everything worked out quite well for me at that time. I came home. I knew ships weren't going to start back up. I mean, there was people who thought 2 weeks we're going to be back, 4 weeks we're going to be back. And I told my roommate, he was South African, Lawrence. And I said to him, Lawrence, look, this is it's not going to fix very fast. I reckon it's going to be 3 months. I thought 3 months or 6 months. And it turned out to be 2 years till the ships came back into service fully. And, I went home, I found a job, or I was doing casual jobs with merchandising and shop refitting. I was doing refitting at Dan Murphy's liquor store, 7-Eleven petrol stations. And I kind of just got to that comfortable point where, you're not thinking about cruise ships in your head still. You know what I mean? For doing it for 20 years, it's a part of your life that's, hard to take out of your head. And having Jen and then going back and forward to Moscow between the contracts, we'd kind of we're setting our life up a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And it's now we're at another turning point, I guess, like a really like which way we want to go now, stay here or go back to Australia. Okay, I can go back to the ships and come back to Russia again. I mean, that's okay. I mean, the time that I'm gone is the problem now, right? Once you settle down, it's hard to unsettle, I think. Whereas if you're just continuously doing it, it doesn't affect you as much. I'm curious, the most recent trip, John asks, to the market, you reached a point where the video seemed to cut out, and then next shot, you were on the bus heading home. Did security push you out? So yeah, that was when I was at the, that was when I was at the market, what's the market I went to? No, Dom, what's it called?
Danilowski market.
Not Danilovsky, no, the one that I went to on the other side of Moscow. The one near Sokolniki Park. Jen doesn't. Yeah? Preobrazhensky, yeah. So what happened was I'd kind of filmed everything, and then I was filming one little bit at a fish market. Like it was like a shop, like with a door at the front and everything. And I'd walked in and around, and I came back out. And then I kind of just about to start talking and pointing out this little fish market. And then the one security guard came up to me saying, "Oh, you can't film." And I'm like, "I can film, it's allowed." And he's like, "No, you can't film." And then I said, "Look, there's no sign on the door saying you can't film. In Moscow, you're allowed to film in public unless there's a sign or a symbol or a sticker that says you can't film." And this guy was kind of adamant. He was kind of walking me to the exit, like literally just walking me there. I thought he was going to show me something on the sign on the entrance that I might have not seen when I came in, because I hadn't seen the sign when I came in, right? I looked at one sign, but not maybe at the other one. So yeah, these are just like crazy security guards at the open markets, the ones that ask me not to film. It's not a problem. I mean, it really isn't a problem. I just said, okay, no worries. He didn't ask to look at my phone, look at what I was filming. He didn't speak a word of English, by the way. I kind of found someone to translate a little bit, but they weren't helpful at all in what they were explaining. So, yeah, it's okay in the end. TT's said she just checked, and there's a lot of gentle nails in Perth, but that's with G, not with J. So if you put gentle nails into Facebook, she has a Facebook page, but it's you have 8 minutes. What are you doing? 8 more minutes. It's 9:26. Come for 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Jen has to get her beauty sleep, says Gary.
I'm really asleep.
Yeah, because it was a long day, right?
Yeah, it was a long day, and I need to wake in the morning. I'm very happy. I'm very happy doing this another day. Thanks, everybody. See you another day. Bye.
I'm gonna go a little bit longer, guys. I'm going to go for 30 more minutes till 10 o'clock my time. It's 9:27. So if you guys want to keep chatting, what I will do, though, is I'll move the screen over here so I can see better. And then I can look at you guys a little bit better as well. So I think it's a little bit delayed. I was surprised. Last time I was in Moscow was in 2020. And I was surprised. I just checked. Yeah, lots of gentle. Sorry, I'm going to catch up with where I was on the lines with the chat. Yeah, there's gentle nails is like everywhere in Perth. Gentle, but we had Jentle, gentle nails. I'm surprised how an area near my old job I was surprised. Yeah, Danilovsky Market I've been to. I've got a video on this channel that I filmed quite a lot of months ago when I did a walk around there. They were no problems filming. Danilovsky's very kind of a tourist kind of a market. And the prices there are quite a little bit more expensive than other open markets in Moscow. And they kind of encourage people to take photos or, Instagram and things like that. So, sorry, Darren, I'll pass on your good nights to Jen and Blogging Trucker. So, yeah, Lorem as well, John. I was in a Prelivka. My friend has a dacha there. Milk products are delicious from there. Yeah, there's actually in the Rinok, or the market here in a Prelivka, Jen buys milk and like a cottage cheese with jam that's made locally nearby in a Prelivka. Yes, completely agree that the milk is nice from here. Real Moscow says every citizen of Moscow has a friend in a Prelivka. It seems like it. Yeah, when I was at the market yesterday that I filmed, I met two young girls. They were probably like university age girls. And one of them was from a Prelivka, believe it or not. And she's like, "Oh, I'm from there." Oh, okay. And it was kind of magically, like you say, everybody's suddenly got a friend there or they're from there. So Ernie asks, can Jen set up a nail studio on the cruise ships? They don't allow you to have your own business, but the cruise ships have salons on board, or beauty salons that are a lot. They're companies that basically operate. There's one called Steiner Transocean, which operates on about 100 ships around the world. And then they've got the nails, massage, hairdresser, imothermy, which is basically like the weight loss, and then they've got the gyms tied in together where they've got the fitness instructors. So Jen could work as a nail technician on a cruise ship. Absolutely could. She couldn't have her own business. I mean, that would be a big deal to do that. But yeah, we've kind of talked about it, not recently, quite a few years ago, before we kind of settled down here, settled down in Australia. We talked about it, but Jen was a bit worried about her English not being good enough. But yeah, John, thanks for explaining. Yeah, all was okay. Yeah, it was completely fine. So what happened was, when the guy walked me to the kind of exit, I kind of found someone to explain to him. And the person explaining didn't really do a good enough job either. And then the silly thing was, I'd kind of walked all the way around, because where his exit was the other side of the market. So, and I realized I hadn't done the ending part. So I had to walk all the way back around to the other side of the entrance to do the ending. So it kind of looked like the same place. I know I shouldn't have done that. It looked like I filmed them both at the beginning, but I generally always film my ending at the end, and I do film it in sequence. I don't tend to ever do it out of sequence. I'm not really that good at doing that, where you wouldn't know, wear a different shirt to confuse you. So I'll pass on. Well, Jen just came back in again. I think she came to get medication, I think, and I'm not sure. Yeah, it's at 9:31 p.m. here, so we'll see if we can make it through till 10 o'clock. I see a few people might have left. I wonder because Jen left. That's perfectly okay. Yeah, well, I'll keep chatting for a little bit longer if you guys want to. The plan is, if we're going to do live streams like this, we'll do them a little bit earlier, like we started at 8 p.m. Or we could maybe even start at 7. Sorry, guys, for anyone in Australia, it doesn't work out. I think that's the only effect of this. It works better into the US time, into Europe. But for everybody in Australia, it kind of gets the bad end of the stick. So, Lorem, you're still here. Thank you. Thanks for sticking around. Yeah, the graph has gone like a mountain. So we're on the downhill of the mountain now. Like when you guys ever watch the Tour de France, and they show you like the stages at the beginning of the stage, where they've got like the hills and the climbs and the descents. So, yeah. Oh, CTI Nuts, how are we going? I see that you're here in the chat. Yeah, we'll pass on my good nights to everybody. I think Jen's coming around to me doing this kind of thing, and her being in the live stream, especially this one because of the traveling aspect of the channel. Obviously, the cruise ship one wouldn't really make any sense. although I've not made any videos over there in the last month or so now, I've kind of almost stopped doing things on the cruise channel, which is a bit shameful of me, really, because that's where I built all of the YouTube around. So yeah, it's 11:30 in the morning here. I have to go now and start my day. Have a great morning, night. Thank you, Janice. Thank you very much for being in the live stream. Again, look for schedules. We'll do another one, again, at least a few days from now, not straight away. We need to have something kind of to talk about, right? So let me just tip that back a tiny bit. I wonder if that's going to change. I'm not sure. I'm now watching the kind of the delay of me versus the live of the camera. So time's good for the UK, Lorem. Yeah, that's right. So for Europe, I guess it's 2 or 3 hours earlier. I have one friend. Oh, I have family in the UK as well, but I have one friend that I know through YouTube. He's called the Faceless Chef. What's his channel name? I'm going to try and tell you his channel name. The Faceless Chef. Chef UK. Yeah, that's his channel. Yeah, the Faceless Chef UK is his channel that I met him through doing YouTube, and we chat back and forward quite a lot, talking about YouTube and what we can do right and wrong and better. So, you guys are even chatting to us, always sticking around for you, buddy. Thank you, Brandon. That's very much appreciated. Actually, when we were coming home on the bus today, I mentioned to Jen about the whole microwave thing, because when I was deciding what we were going to chat about, and I said, we're going to have to make a video of us going to buy the items for the channel, not just say we've got them or have them in the background or something. And I can make like a vlog of us going to the store to buy the toaster and the microwave. And she's like, she doesn't really want to be in the videos too much, right? It's kind of just taking time to get her used to the camera. And I think she's perfect on them, honestly, truly. I think people like them more when there's another aspect to the video. And so we're going to have to film. When we were in Bali on holiday, she was in a few of the videos. I think in the channel, actually, there is... Did I have a playlist in the channel, I think? If you guys go to the playlist of the channel, there's an Indonesian travel vlogs playlist. It's 8 videos there, and Jen should be in a couple of them. Excuse me, for sure. So yeah, thanks everyone. Yeah, 2:33 p.m. in Detroit. Oh, so yeah, you guys got good time in America. Yeah, I've done... For the cruise channel where I did a live stream, I'd normally start them at 11 p.m. or midnight, which I kind of figure for doing it. I mean, the whole thing is, it's obviously you can work around the analytics of the channel and try to be perfect with everybody, but you can never get it right for everybody, I don't think, you know what I mean? But like Gary's mentioned before there about... scheduling better, you know what I mean? Having a time and sticking to it and always being on time. That way everybody can then schedule themselves around coming and listening to us and talking with us and things like that. So, yeah, Jen's kind of... I was going to go to this aquarium place tomorrow. It's like 2 hours away. I need to get up earlier. I tend to be online late at night like this. I'll be online till maybe 1 or 2 or 3 a.m. And then I end up sleeping and then wake up like 10, 11, 12 lunchtime. But this place is about 2 hours from here to go over there. So then 2 hours back is like quite a bit of a trek back and forward to this place. Yeah. Oh, what's happened? Nobody's chatting now. What's happened? Nobody's got any mentions in the comments here. Yeah, if anyone wants to like or subscribe to my friend's channel there, the Faceless Chef UK. The only thing I suggested for him is he needs to be on camera, and he doesn't want to do... He does cooking videos about cooking, but he doesn't want to be on the videos. So that's probably the best way to build like a cooking channel audience, is to be in them. But he's a very nice guy. I chat to him quite a bit on Messenger. I chat to him mostly. So yeah, it was a long day today. We walked 11 kilometers between leaving the house and then getting back home again, and that was in between catching buses and trains all over the place as well. So I'm here. Thank you, Darren. Thanks for being here. I keep seeing your name, Dell. I have a Dell laptop, and my monitors here are both Dell monitors as well, and I love Dell products. And I see it's like Odell, your last name. So is Jen always so quiet when not on the camera? She is, yes. She's very reserved, I think is probably the best way to say it. I think that's true for a lot of Russians that you meet, especially when you don't know them or you meet them for the first time. And it takes time to warm up to it. You know what I mean? Like where she'd be on another stream now, after like another stream later in the week or whatever. I think she'll get a little bit more comfortable. She'll see the same names in the chat. She'll know that we've answered questions back and forward and things like that. So yeah, we definitely need to work on the microphone thing. Like the whole podcast thing with 2 microphones. Getting this was kind of a bit of a trip in itself. This is an Australian Rode microphone, Australian made, and I bought it here in Moscow. Yeah, she is quiet like that. Oh, Vet's wife, how's it going? I saw your comments in a couple of the videos, so thank you very much for commenting. And if you might want to watch the stream back later, if you just came in now, Jen was here until 5 or 10 minutes ago. So my wife was here on the live stream with us, answering questions. So maybe you want to watch that back. Speaking of cooking, John asks, what is your favorite Russian food? I think from what Jen makes, I'd say like the borscht soup, like this beetroot. It's like a beef and beetroot soup. It does sound not amazing, but it really does taste very nice. Yeah, I think that. Also, they have here the shawarma, which is basically like a pita bread wrap with meat and lettuce, tomato, cucumber, mayonnaise, onion, shawarma. These are actually, they don't really have a good wrap. Oh, let's say wrap. They're in a wrap. They don't have a good wrap in terms of a food here in Russia because they're sold at train stations and bus stations, and it's kind of a cheap snack food it's not junk food as such, but it's got that kind of following, you know what I mean? They're reasonably healthy food items to have, but they're only like $2 or $3 or $4, depending on where you buy them. 150, 200, 250 rubles. But I like them a lot, and my wife, Jen, tells me a lot not to have them because she thinks they're like, the meat's not the greatest, you don't know where it's from, you don't know if they washed the food, but I think they're perfectly fine. They wouldn't be in business forever in a day if they weren't. So, yeah, shawarma. It's not very Russian, I don't think. I think it's maybe more Middle Eastern, kind of from the regions of Russia, but just watching you. Thank you, Darren. Real Moscow says she walked 25 kilometers in a day just walking around Moscow in summer. Yeah, I have a friend here. His channel is Zen Studio 888. His name's Dimmer. And I've met him quite a few times in Moscow, and we go walking in Moscow together. We typically don't film. We've never filmed anything together. We've done one video together. And we literally go walking around Moscow and Moscow center. Yeah, it's by the end of the walks together he seems to be bouncing around and I'm struggling. I know when I get home from going out with him, the last steps into the apartment is like the worst, So yeah, it's pretty easy to do 10 or 20 kilometers walking around Moscow because, once you're in the center, you can get the metro and the subway, of course, but, things are quite close that you can walk between the districts. They call them districts here as well. So, and it's not that far really, but you kind of think, oh, it's not that far. Then it's a couple of kilometers back. Yeah, Vet's wife. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, if you watch back the first hour and a half, pretty much, was Jen and I here. So, Real Moscow Subjo vlog. It's only in Russian. Can't understand it. It's okay. Gary, you can put the subtitles on, I guess. I mean, I'm not a big fan of a lot of channels where you've got to put the subtitles on. I'm telling you to do that, right? But I'm not a big fan of it because I'm busy reading the subtitles too much and not watching the video enough. And that's a bit of a distraction. I have got, in Moscow, I've got the app, Yandex, what's it called? Yandex Beta or Alpha Beta. It's basically like a browser app where you can open YouTube videos in the app, and then you can do the translate, and it's an AI voice that translates the channel into, when I show it to people, it translates my channel into Russian, but you could do it where it translates it into English. It's very good. It's like my voice is dubbed over in Russian. Do you have pierogi in your borscht? No, my wife does it basically with beef. She doesn't put like the dumplings. Pierogi I kind of call dumplings. She doesn't put it in her soups. When we go to friends' house, they put the pierogis in different soups. Yeah, she does with cabbage, carrot, potato, onion sometimes, and then beef and beetroot. And then when you're eating it, you put a dollop of sour cream in there and then stir it up, and it goes from that red to pink color, smetana or sour cream. Russell, what was your longest cruise? Oh, my longest cruise was the transatlantic. Actually, the longest actual cruise was when we did Italy to New York, which was 15 sea days. We had 15 days at sea with no passengers on board. So we sailed empty from the shipyard in Italy to New York. It was 15 days at sea. And then we ended up with an extra day once we arrived in New York because we couldn't get off because we hadn't gone through the immigration coming from Europe. And we hadn't done the Coast Guard inspections of the ship. So it was like 17 days, I guess, by the time we ended up walking off the ship physically after leaving the shipyard in Italy. The longest passenger cruise was 15 days. Oh, no, it was the same. Yeah, we did Barcelona to New York with passengers on board. So you're kind of working then. Whereas sailing empty, you're not working as such. I mean, you still are, but you don't count it as work. Darren says, I have a secret. I own Dell computers. Oh, is it Michael Dell, I think, is the owner of Dell, I think. Or the guy, right? He's Michael Dell. Yeah, I love these monitors, by the way. But the laptop is the Dell XPS 15. Beautiful laptop. I bought this a couple of years ago when I was on the ship. And I ordered it online, right? A lot of Dell you buy online. And I delivered it to an address in Galveston in Texas. When I went to pick it up, I was almost in tears, like how amazing the laptop is. It's got the aluminium and carbon fiber, and it's a nice laptop. But I paid a lot I saved up for months and months to be able to buy this laptop, like literally months and months and months. I really do save my money to buy things that I need and want and stuff. So, yeah, it takes practice to read the subtitles. We use them all the time when watching TV and movies. Yeah, I have done it, where you've got like foreign language movies and things like that, and it just bothers me too much that I just stopped. Even like if I want to watch like the Russian news here, I can put the subtitles on, and it just gets too hard. So I end up just watching like there's like Russia Today, RT news. So it's basically Russian news in English. I decided to It was for Russian-speaking person. I try to speak more English in the videos and also correct subs to make people translate them to other languages. Oh, nice. Real Russia. Nice. Yeah, it's it's not easy, I guess, if you're starting like to go from a Russian channel to an English channel and speak in English. Fatima wants to know, did I work on AIDA? No, I didn't. Yeah, this is German cruise line. It's owned by Carnival Corporation, who I work on Carnival Cruise Line ships. AIDA, really, you have to have languages to work on there because it's a German cruise line. They focus on German guests, French, Spanish, Italian guests, European guests predominantly. You have to speak languages to work on there, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 languages they want crew members to know. So even where they've got Indonesian, Filipino, Indian crew, they encourage or they do their best to hire that have multiple languages because it just works better for the crew to speak the languages of the passengers. Michael Dell is your dad. Oh, nice, Darren. Very nice. I know it's people have brands, right? And they like their brands, but I had an old Dell. I had it for years and years and years. Actually, this would be now my 3rd Dell laptop that I've had, probably since after high school. Long time after high school. This is my 3rd one I'm on now. My last one, I kind of accidentally put something on the keyboard, then I closed the screen and cracked the whole screen of the computer, and it just ended up was going to be too difficult to replace and get it fixed while I was working on the ships. So I ended up giving it to my roommate, and he took it back to South Africa and got it fixed and did it in South Africa on the cheap, and he still has it to this day. Lawrence has that laptop. So, mine is a world cruise. Hi, my friend. Oh, Olga Borovic. Oh, yeah, I've not done a world cruise. Oh, how's it going? There we go. Somebody from working on cruise ships. I think it's Olga Borovic. We worked together a lot of years ago. Yeah, Olga, if you want to see my wife in the video, maybe watch afterwards the first hour and a half of the stream. And my wife's in the video. And if you saw her on one of the thumbnails of one of the previous videos, she was on there as well. I'm trying to get her in more videos. Yeah, world cruises are roughly about 100-day cruises, 100 to 110 days. Yeah, I guess you could count, well, not really, because, you live on the ship for 6 months or 8 months or 9 months. So you could say that you're on like 6-month or 9-month cruise, right? But in terms of a physical cruise length, like the world cruise is 100 to 110 days. That's one cruise. So there'll be passengers that do the entire cruise. There'll be an amount of guests who do that. And then there'll be people that'll do segments. So they might do a half world cruise. So they might do 50 or 60 or 70 days or 30 days. Yeah, my girlfriend. Oh, yeah. So, hi, Olga. How's it going? Sorry, I've got this awkward wave that I do in live streams. And if you watch my videos, you'll notice it. Like, hi. It's very awkward wave, but it sort of seems to be my thing in all the videos, so I'm sorry. My girlfriend and I are going on the Carnival Freedom, May 9 to 14th, in 27 days. Oh, counting down. We're on the Vista back in August. Yeah, Vista is very much sister ship to the Horizon, Panorama. I was on the Freedom a few years ago, so I've been on Freedom as well. Yeah, Vista, I guess, now is Mardi Gras is the next. That's my desktop wallpaper, by the way, is a picture of the Mardi Gras. I feel bad for having that as my desktop wallpaper because I haven't been on that ship because it's come out since there's 2 years that I've been off the ship. So, this is the big deal now, the Mardi Gras, then it'll be the celebration and the Jubilee will be the renamed new ships. But I really love the Horizon and like basically the same as the Vista. The difference with Vista and Horizon is Panorama is the one where they've got the trampoline park instead of the IMAX theater. So, cruise carnival ship staff. I follow some ship different day on YouTube. Ship's captain giving inside tour of ship life. Alfie hasn't had a video out in 2 months. I don't know that channel. Different day on. I follow same ship, different day. Okay, so I'll have to look that channel up. And he hasn't posted in 2 months. I wonder maybe he's on vacation or something happened. I would imagine if it's 2 months between doing the videos. There's always a kind of a reason behind why people take breaks on YouTube. I think, it's for whatever reason, if it's work related or not, or some people get tired of it. It becomes a bit of a chore to some people. Once you kind of reach that kind of level where, there's an expectation around what you're doing. That's why I kind of, even for like doing the videos for this channel, I could probably just do 1 per week or 2 per week. I want to try and film something every second or third day to try to, keep up with doing videos for the channel. So, there's quite a few vloggers and bloggers now. There's quite a lot of cruise ship ones. It's becoming a thing now where, people are making it almost a business of it, where they're doing cruises to make content and so there's quite a lot. I watch 1 or 2 videos here and there. Unfortunately, my problem with YouTube is there's a bit of an element of fakeness to some people. And there's not the honest, not everybody is the honest person on YouTube. And you can create a persona, you can create a character, you can come across as that person. Actually, one of the YouTubers that are doing cruise ship YouTube videos, it's a guy that's doing it. He keeps going on that he was a crew member on cruise ships, crew member. And he wasn't. He was a staff member because he was part of entertainment. But he plays on that whole thing that he was a crew member on cruise ships. The crew on cruise ships are the galley, the dining room, the housekeeping, deck and engine. Entertainment is a little bit of a different job on cruise ships, in terms of work, life, how much time off you have while you're on the ship. Your port time's very different, and he paints a much different picture of it than what it really is, what he did on the ships, and I kind of don't like it for that, where people don't come across as that genuine person. Seeing another one that every time like a super chat comes up on their live streams, they do like a dance and jump around, and I just find it's not real. I'm sorry to be very honest, but I just find sometimes not everybody is real in the way they come across. That's just me. I'm sorry. It's a bit off topic from talking about life in Russia and my visa problems from today earlier on. So, same ship, different day. I'll definitely look that up because I like these kind of captains ones. And, even there's another guy that does super yachts. I do watch some channels that are like boat people that have got that they sail boats around the world. These are kind of interesting, I think, these sort of channels. Brian says, I've done a few relocation cruises through the Panama Canal. Love those, and you get a great price. Yeah, the repo, they call repo cruises. The whole thing with that is why the pricing's a little bit adjusted is because there's a bit of a factor in the fact that you're not going back to the same home port as to where you embarked. So where you do, say, for instance, Miami, Panama Canal through to, say, San Diego or San Francisco or wherever they'll do the last stop on the West Coast. So you'd have to fly home from there, or maybe you're from California, but you got to fly to Florida. So there's a bit of an element of that pricing in the cost of the cruise because you've got to add in that transportation element to and from the ship. A lot of people still fly to Miami, do a round trip and fly home, or Galveston for Texas, or, maybe New York if you want to do Bermuda or New England. And, Yeah, the repo cruises can be quite a lot cheaper, especially if you look at the per day price of the cruise, considering all the things that are included, all the food and entertainment and stuff like that. So your wave is awesome and your buy is cool too. That's your trademark for the video. Thanks, Darren. Yes. Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed a couple of videos back, I talked first and then I did the traveling with Russell part afterwards before I did the first cutaway. I don't know if anyone noticed that. But I saw it on someone else's video. I don't know what the video was about. It was nothing to do with like travel whatsoever. And I just thought, oh, that's interesting. I might try that on my next video. Instead of doing the, traveling with Russell introduction part, I did the talking and then, and by the way, I'm Russell from Traveling with Russell bit. It's very interesting that I just switched it around and if anyone noticed it or not. So there's so much intricacy in how you could make the YouTube videos, you know what I mean? And there's so much you can learn about how, even my editing, I could probably cut 10 minutes out of every video easily, 15 minutes. But I don't do any of that. I just film what I see, edit it where I start and end, where I have to cut a bit out where there's someone spoken over and things like that. So, like the bit there, John, before where the guy, I probably should leave the kind of that security guard part in there at some point, because, other people do that a lot and it becomes a bit more real, like, the footage then, I guess. So, your wave is awesome. Yeah, Fatima said, yeah, well, I was once on a tour of the Aida shipyard. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, they have the shipyards. Well, they build them in Italy, in France, in Finland, in Germany. Actually, Gary's from Germany. We talked about this in Papenburg. In Germany, they have Meerwerft. Sorry, Gary, for mispronouncing it. Actually, the Aida ships, I think some of them were built there as well. And then now they've got a few, because a lot of the cruise lines have got multiple ships being built, in a 1 or 2 or 3 year forward, time frame. They have to use other shipyards. If you can get a tour of a shipyard, that would be very cool. Yeah, when I was bringing out the Carnival Horizon, we were there for, was it 2 or 3 weeks? Probably close to 3 weeks. We actually had to go to a different yard because the ship had issues with the paint. So they had to go from one shipyard to another to remove the paint and repaint the hull of the ship. Yeah, meals included on cruise ships. EB Bud. Oh, pleased to meet you, by the way. Yeah, meals are pretty much on any cruise ship you go on. It's meals are included in terms of breakfast, lunch, dinner, midnight buffet. Then there's assigned dining times like early and late seating. And a lot of the cruise ships now have supplementary dining, it's called, where they've got like a steakhouse or a supper club or French fine dining like Le Bistro or like on a lot of the ships now they've got sushi bars. And a lot of the cruise ships now are charging a supplementary fee to eat in the steakhouse or eat in the sushi restaurant over and above what you pay for the cruise. But the ships still have the normal dining, so you can still go to a sit-down dinner. You can still go to the buffets, and that's still part of the cost of a cruise. But the supplementary dining is slowly becoming a thing on the ships where they've got a completely separate menu, separate waiters, separate chefs and cooks. And it's entirely different experience, for what you're used to in the dining room on that traditional early seating, late seating dinner, which has been on ships for the history of cruise ships, basically. Yeah, it's good to mix it up. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's interesting to talk about different things. I like the Sailing into Freedom channel. No glitz and glamour and plunkies and Aussie. Oh, there you go. Oh, maybe that's one of the... Yeah, what's the one I watch? I've heard that name, Plunky. I watch... oh my gosh. Oh man, I forgot all the channel names now. There's Sailing Le Vagabond, and that's an Aussie couple. They're from Perth, actually, and they've got a couple of kids on there. They've got a catamaran that they sail around. I think they're in the Bahamas, the last I watched. Sailing into Freedom, I watched on Parlay Revival is the one channel I watch, and that guy's a New Zealander. And they were in San Blas Islands, and I think that Sailing into Freedom boat was there when he was filming his videos. And that guy's name was Plunky. Yeah, I remember hearing this guy's name. Plucky. Yeah, I don't know his channel, but I've heard about that. Yeah, Delos. Yeah, there you go. Now you're mentioning all these things I know. Yeah, Le Vagabond. Yeah, Sailing Le Vagabond. Delos I have not watched, but Le Vagabond I have watched. I don't watch all their videos because it gets a little bit repetitive, I guess, sometimes. You know, you've got to make a connection with the person. I think that's a big thing about YouTube. Like, and this is what I'm trying to explain to my wife a lot, you know, especially now with this Traveling with Russell channel. And whereas the I Like Cruise Ships channel didn't necessarily be as much about me, and it was more about the ships and the cabins and the how to get to the beach videos. Whereas the travel channel is about me going traveling, not necessarily about the specific place maybe, but about my experience going there, what I see and what I do when I'm there. So, you know, whereas like the same with these yachting channels, there's quite a lot of them popping up. I think this Sailing Le Vagabond is the one that's got like million subscribers. I think they're like the highest subscriber count sailing channel, or one of them. I think maybe this other one, Delos, is maybe bigger. Yeah, they're all there. Yes, they're all there in that same video. I watch Parlay Revival because I kind of just like... his name's Colin. I even know his name. Imagine that, right? Like, you know the person's name from the YouTube channel, and that's how much of a connection you make with them. And I kind of would give a video 1 or 2 videos, and then if I don't have that connection, I'm not necessarily watching it again. You know, that's my YouTube experience, I think. I hope that kind of comes across. I think people will understand really that kind of behind thing of the watching the channel, right? You kind of not necessarily you love or hate them straight away, but you can get that sense of who they are. Travel to a Russian cruise port for a video. Yeah, now Darren, this is a big problem right now. That I think every cruise line in the entire industry pulled out of. They pretty much all were going to go to St. Petersburg for the summer, you know, Baltic season and Mediterranean season. Now it's coming into spring and then summertime. I forgot now because of the Northern Hemisphere versus Australia. Now Australia is now going into winter, so it's now coming into summertime. And I was thinking about that earlier when I mentioned about Mediterranean. What am I talking about? The Mediterranean season's not now; it's coming up. Yeah, so every cruise ship pulled out of going to St. Petersburg, and I think literally every cruise line is rescheduling every Baltic cruise, and they're kind of scrambling because they've got to try to get into ports where multiple ships can dock. They've got to make sure that they can schedule around the shore excursions and the tours on the islands on land. So, yeah, I can go there to St. Petersburg. The other far side of Russia, Vladivostok. They have an occasional ship come in there that does like Japan itineraries up that way, and then they sometimes do that crossing over to Alaska and America. But I think now, obviously, nothing. Yeah, year on Carnival Horizon outside cabin is $175,000. Yeah, there's a big thing about this. That, you know, people are wanting to do more what's called back-to-back cruises, so back-to-back-to-back-to-back. And there's actually a couple of people. The famous one, I think, is on Cunard. Actually, there's a guy on Royal Caribbean as well that basically lives on board the ship. And on Cunard, there was quite a few people for years that were on basically living year-round on cruise ships. And there's a bit of an argument about the price, like $175,000 for the year, for instance, like you pointed there, Gary. if you took away what you'd pay for rent or mortgage or electricity, water, gas for your house, transport costs like a car, repair costs. You don't have to change a light bulb anymore. You wouldn't have to fix your kitchen if the plumbing went. All your meals for a year. It does technically per day come out cheaper. They also argue this about putting someone into a care home. The cost of someone in a care home versus, the daily cost or weekly cost of that versus the cost of living on a cruise ship. Because you've also got access to a medical center on board. You can get off in the ports. You can do whatever you like in the ports. Yeah, this traveling to a Russian port. Yeah, I've kind of thought about this with St. Petersburg, but now no chance. Because the other thing was, while the ships could come into port here, you can go and do what's called fam trips. So when the ships come into port, they invite on travel agents and bloggers and things like that to come on, and newspapers and TV to film the ships, so they can do advertising and Instagram posts about it, and I could go to St. Petersburg and go on there for a day, just go for lunch and film some videos, and but now I can't. So Tales of an Old Sea Dog is good. He's single. Oh, okay. Tales of a Sea Dog is good. He's single, sailing from the UK and now in New Zealand. Oh, thanks. Well, you tell me a few of these now. So yeah, Sailing Sophistic Lady is also there with Captain Rick from Canada. Most of them make a lot of money on YouTube and sponsorship. Yeah, I noticed with the bigger channels. I know with Parlay Revival, it's Sailing Parlay Revival. He's quite hesitant to do brand deals and sponsorships, where companies give him an anchor or give him paint or give him whatever accessory to put on his boat, and then he's got to talk about it and promote it and say good things about it. But he's very hesitant to do that on his channel because maybe he doesn't like it or didn't believe it or it didn't work or it's not suitable for his boat. And obviously the ad revenue from YouTube is coming to them, but yeah, the ads and the sponsorship can be big bickies, big money. On this channel, we're struggling to buy a toaster. So it is what it is, right? I guess that's the thing, right? If you're going to go all in on YouTube and make it livable, you've really got to be at a different level. I mean, even just talking about this Parlay Revival there, he brought on extra crew to be on his boat to cover the costs where people pay to sail on there, not work but sail on there, and he offered free passage for this boyfriend and girlfriend, and he was a videographer, and then she was going to do the cooking and stuff, and it turns out he wasn't that good at filming and editing the videos, and you could see the difference in his videos, and people mentioned in the comments, and we don't like the color of the videos anymore. We don't like the music. And then that couple's now left his boat already. But he said he made an apology video. And he said, look, it's going to be 2 or 3 videos later till it comes back to me filming it and me editing it. You could literally have it as a full-on production if you wanted to, if you get to that point and level, So I just film on my phone, by the way, literally. I've got it right in front of me here. And that's actually one of the ports in Italy as the screensaver. Oops. Are you going to come back on? Oh, you can't see it very well. I think this is when we left out of Rome, out of I don't know where that is. Now I'm not sure. It's one of the Italian ports where we sailed out of, so... Oh, where's the chat gone? What have I done? No. Oh, no. What have I done? Maximize. New window. Where's the window gone? Sorry, I've just lost the chat for a second. Come on. That's crazy. Sorry, just give me 2 seconds, guys. I've just lost the chat because I opened that other window. There it is. That was a bit silly of me. Is cruises more for old people or family with kids? It depends on the cruise line you go on, Fatima. It's very, very different. Like on Carnival Cruise Line is family and kids. You know, they do have. I mean, actually, Carnival sort of says we carry the most senior citizens per capita than all other cruise lines. Holland America is probably more focused around older, retired people, or the average age is considerably higher. Royal Caribbean's probably more families, and it's really it's impossible to answer that actually, because each cruise line has a different niche that they kind of aiming towards, but then they will turn around and say, but we're not biasing if we have kids on or not. I think this Virgin Voyages now have launched the ships, Richard Branson, where there's no kids on board. I think over 21 or 8. I think over 21 is the minimum age requirement to go on Virgin Voyages. So it's a very hard answer that. It looks like a lot of hard work. A lot of Patreon pages paying per video. So 4 or 5 videos per month can cost you a lot in sponsorship. Yeah, this Patreon thing, I've seen this where you can do like a per month membership. And I think even they've got memberships on YouTube as well. And the Patreon, you can do it per video or per month. I think there's a point, where these talking about sailing channels and things like that, where they've kind of just gone down that route where it's become a business. I mean, the hard work comes about especially when you're sailing a boat, you've still got to sail the boat and take care of all the maintenance and living on board, and then on top of filming everything you possibly can, and then having to edit the video. So it's 4 or 5 videos a month can cost you a lot in sponsorship. Yeah, I completely agree with all this, Lorem. Sorry. The Patreon thing. I've noticed that there's a lot of channels doing this. I guess at the end of the day, if they can factor in the amount of money they're making and then almost operate it as a kind of a business, then good on them. You know what I mean? It's to be able to film and edit and then still sail the boats and stuff as well. That's just difficult in itself. Oh, Darren, thank you. $5 super chat. You're doing great, guys. Jen's not here now. I'm sorry, but here's towards the donation for your appliances. Thank you. Yeah, we'll 100% make a video going to get the microwave and the toaster. It's kind of almost bad when I tell you that we toast bread on a what do you call that frying pan? The one with for the pancakes and crepes. The very thin frying pan. We just switch that on the oven and then do up and down on the bread. Actually, Jen makes really nice burgers here. We go to a very nice meat place to get hamburger patties, and she does like burgers, grilled burgers, like on the frying pan, right? But she toasts the bread. Like we get the nice bread buns and toast the bread. It's better. It's definitely better than takeaway burgers, but now I'm thinking about I want this burger now. Sailing with Zastra are making over $1 million a year. Family sailing 5 years already. Yeah, I think Sailing Zastra, is that the one where they've got like 3 teenage kids? Because I'm pretty sure that they were in Australia at one point, because I think I remember watching the video when they were in Perth and Fremantle, and I think they took the boat out of the water here as well and did some work on the boat. And the kids do kite surfing quite a lot in their videos. Yeah, $1 million a year. My God, I wouldn't know. Well, I wouldn't know what to do with $1 million if I had $1 million. That's crazy. Quite a few make millions before tax. Yeah, Lawrence, is that Eggy bread is nice. Yeah, that's my dad's specialty in Australia is egg with bread. French toast, it's called. But he calls it egg with bread. That's my dad. My dad's English, from Yorkshire, and egg with bread is like he can only cook a few meals. He can do eggs, beans, and chips, so you can have that for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then you can have French toast or egg with bread. Now you exactly remind me of my dad making this egg with bread, and like almost if he ever asks me if I want to have something for food. Do you want egg with bread? French toast? No, Dad, I don't want it all the time. And he can peel potatoes and put potatoes, in the water to boil for if mum makes dinner. So, yeah, the Winds are in New Zealand also. Also, so happy they make a lot of money, but like they say, a boat is a hole in the water. Hole in the water you throw money into. Yeah, I've watched the Winds. Is it Sailing with? I don't know what their exact channel name is. I like that couple, by the way. I've watched their channel quite a lot, and they seem very genuine people. Like in terms of how they come across, how you kind of, create that feeling from watching their channel. Gone with the Winds is my favorite sailing channel. She's also very easy on the eyes, so that helps. Yeah, it's they're a nice couple. Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying there, Brandon. My wife's in the other room, by the way. So maybe she's watching like Russell Crowe and what's Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, the Australian guys. So she's dreaming of other Australian guys while I'm dreaming of other women. So yeah, Gone with the Winds. Yeah, they were stuck in kind of New Zealand, and they were in Tahiti and over in the Pacific Islands for quite a while. They did a really good thing. They met a guy, didn't they? And they did like a fundraising for one guy that needed medicine flying in, and they had issues, for him to get medicine brought over. And then they had issues with their sales, and they made a video, calling out the company that didn't provide them sales. Yeah, so Gone with the Winds. Yeah, the one thing, like when you watch Gone with the Winds, you're saying about how nice she is on that channel. Like they don't like overplay. Like a lot of the channels like use the girl in the bikini as the thumbnail picture, or when they're jumping off the boat, or when they're laying on the deck of the boat, and they don't do any of that in their videos. Like they don't say the word sexualize the opportunity of a thumbnail. So I give a shout out to my girlfriend Patricia. Darren, hi Patricia. Darren's been here watching the video for quite a while, and I really should toot off at some point. Let's do till 10:30. Let's do 9 more minutes, or 10 minutes, I guess, depending on the live time. Let's do 10 more minutes. Yeah, does that sound good for everybody? I think that sounds good. So yeah, hi Patricia. Thanks for watching. My wife was in the video earlier. She's now gone to lay down and gone to sleep. Again, her golden hour time is 9 p.m. to go to sleep every night. So we have this kind of joke as well when if I go in there to bother her while she's watching TV or a movie or something, and I like at 8:55 p.m. I'm like, oh, we've got 5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes. We got 4 minutes. It's not 9 o'clock yet. Don't bother me after 9 o'clock. So, thanks for watching, Patricia. Nice. Flight is open to Russia to India. Oh, maybe, yeah. I think India and Russia have good relationship, I think. So maybe these guys are flying in. I've not looked at the airlines. I did have a bit of an idea of going out to the airport. I think I mentioned this too in another live stream about going there just to go film the flight board to see if they've got all the cancels up on the board, flight cancels, or they just don't put them up there, just so it doesn't look worse. You started watching when they were living full time in an RV. That's my retirement dream. To do like RV, there's a lot of van life channels as well, right? They call them van life channels. Yeah, I didn't watch them that far back. I've seen them do a couple of flashbacks to it, because they kind of talk about like their relationship and their, like how long they've been together, or things like that. So yeah, Tonga got into New Zealand under emergency conditions under COVID. That's right. Yeah, and also they had some, like, because they had to do repairs on their boat. So they showed like the rules about how they could come there and things like that, because they had to do like maintenance on their boat. I just Googled French toast, and I love them too. Yeah, egg with bread. So you basically just whip up some some eggs, and then basically coat the bread on both sides with egg, and then put it in the pancake pan or crepe pan, I guess, and then just let it fry. Thanks, them 4 kids. She got mad at me for telling you that she's like your wife, Jen. She's shy. Telling you that she's... Oh, I understand, Darren. No worries. I understand. I don't tell my wife like what I'm watching on the YouTube channels and videos and things like that. So she doesn't really want to watch. We watch a few TV shows together. We watch a few, not on YouTube, but we watch an Australian show called The Block. It's like house renovating shows with couples. So she got mad at me for telling you that. Hindi, Ruzi, Baha. Oh, you know some Hindi. Oh, I don't know any languages. Actually, at this crazy, like a hotel, it was like a hotel converted into shops today. It was like one of these markets, but it had like oh my God, it had all sorts of things in there. There were some Indian guys who their little shops were selling just door handles and hinges and hooks and brackets. And there's some Indian guys in there. And I'm like, oh, you do like cricket? You're from India? And like, oh, we've lived in Russia like 30 years. So we're like a long way from being Indian still. Oh, no offense. Just teasing. No worries, Darren. It's funny with my wife because she sometimes has to read things a couple of times. To understand what I'm saying when I read things back to her. She was reading the comments on the side of the screen here before because we had the other second comments up. So she was kind of reading them. Please don't watch Married at First Sight. I think I was trying to get her to watch... Oh, it is Married at First Sight, wasn't it? No. I was trying to get her to watch a couple of Australian shows when she was there. When we were there for about a year and a half before we came back here. My wife's addicted to Married at First Sight, Australia. Yeah, I know the show. I watched. Farmer. No, the one we watch is. Oh, that's the one you could watch, Lauren. It's called Farmer Wants a Wife. That's the one and it's about Aussie farmers who live in the bush and the outback. And they get them on a show. There's usually 3 or 4 farmers, and they get a whole like 20 or 30 girls, and they go on dates, and they kind of like The Bachelor, but for farmers. It's called Farmer Wants a Wife, and it's a very nice show. And I got trying to get my wife to watch that. She watched a few episodes, and this is silly, this is stupid, this is silly, It's Yeah, I won't read what you said there, Brandon. But you were saying there about the thumbnails, that you should sort of take advantage of making thumbnails. It's what time are we at? Okay, 5 minutes. Well, on there it's 6 minutes, but 5 minutes. It's what was I saying about the thumbnails? Yeah. It's interesting, like with this, right? Like the last couple of videos there, I've showed like lots of food in the videos, right? Like pictures of the fruit and the vegetables, and that's kind of what I saw there, right? Literally, I took the photos there. The one with me holding the strawberry, Jen bought them strawberries that day while I was out, and I came home and she had a bowl of strawberries on the kitchen table behind us. And I said, "Oh, can you take a photo of me holding the strawberry, and then I'll use it in the thumbnail." And then a few like bad comments about, you're taking advantage and showing us all the food in Russia when everything's happening across the way there, and people don't have food, don't have water, and don't have this or that. And I'm like, I don't know how to respond to the comments sometimes, Somebody, when I did the supermarket tour, they said there that it was like propaganda. It wasn't real people in the supermarket. It wasn't real people carrying the food. Why aren't people full baskets food shopping in Moscow? It's empty boxes on the shelves. So, I don't know. What are we at? First time in the stream. Uma, Thailand. Oh, how's it going? We talked way back that my wife and we met in Thailand. So, very nice place. I kind of, been to Bali so many million times that I kind of like Bali more than Thailand. I think in terms of, the people and, I think Thailand's a nicer place in terms of the people and the organization of the country, and whereas Bali is, I don't know, it's different. We have that in the UK as well. Oh, Farmer Wants a Wife. Yeah, I think maybe Australia copied it. I think we seem to be a bit late to everything, and we kind of copy all the. I actually have a friend, believe it or not, who was one of the girls on one of those Farmer Wants a Wife series. She was actually picked by him, not at the end of the show episodes, but she was narrowed down to like the last 3 or 4 girls in the season. And then she didn't get picked by him ultimately. But she actually worked on cruise ships, believe it or not. I think she was doing massage or facials and stuff in the spa, one of the spa girls. And then she come back to Australia, of course, and she worked. She was working up in the north in a regional part of Australia. That's how she got on the show. So she was kind of that outback girl that lived in the bush and lived in the middle of nowhere. We met in Phuket in Thailand. Most tourists don't go too far out of these main capitals, you know what I mean? We're not that adventurous. We should be more adventurous, but we're not. We still like to travel with suitcases. We're not really backpacking and with an easy bag to carry, so... Uma's not from... Well, I'm not from Thailand. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, where are you from, Uma, I wonder? All right, so in 2 minutes, guys, I'm going to head off. I think you guys are going to... Sorry if you're still chatting. I really hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'm going to do my thumbs ups, not my wave. I honestly thank everybody for the super chats. Now I can't remember all the names that did them, but he's very appreciative. I know Gary did the first one earlier on, and we had some others. If you're still watching or you're watching on replay, there's a few less people now here in the stream. I'm going to go and talk to Jen right after this. I'm going to wake her up and bother her too much just to let her know that it was very successful, the live stream with her on it. So I think the time we got right. Maybe a little bit more notice for what time the stream is. And then obviously if we can have like a bit of a topic to talk about for the video, I think that works very good as well. So massive thank you to whoever's still in the chat. I don't know if I can do the pop out, can I? Participants. Uma, Lauren, John, Gary, Brandon. Wasn't Fatima before? Real Moscow, if you're still here. Darren, okay. Lauren. I'm just going back up the list here. Oh, Darren did the super chat. Thank you. And the other, oh man, I'll be bad for not remembering the other people. Cool. Our host is from Australia, living in Moscow. Yes, I am from Perth, Australia, and then living here in Moscow. Actually, we're kind of in Moscow region. Some people get a bit upset about this because there's Moscow, which is kind of the center, and then the outer lying areas is called Moscow region, or Greater Moscow, I kind of like to call it sometimes. But yeah, thanks. Oh, Blogging Trucker. Yes, good to see you. Sorry, I know you're here sort of in the background. Do you stream every day? I don't stream every day, but every 2 or 3 days, Uma. I will put a notification, so if you've got the notification bell on or you like or subscribe to the channel, you guys will be notified of the streams pretty much this time or a couple of hours earlier, wherever you are in the world, time-wise. Goes to sleep and have a good day, those. Real Moscow projects, if you want to message me or, I don't know, Facebook, whatever you want to do, if you've got Telegram, at Russell Otway, RussellOtway. You're very welcome to add me on Telegram, and we can chat if you maybe want to meet up. It's completely up to you. There's obviously no worries either way for me. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for being super. Yeah, thank you, Darren. Yeah, it's very nice of everybody. I think we've still got a nice small community. It's slowly building. There's slowly more people here. So, yeah, Perth is full of Brits, Lorem. Yes, it is the British capital of Australia, I think. There's entire suburbs sort of in some areas of Perth. So, yeah, thumbs up. 36 likes. Good night, Real Moscow. Oh, yeah, good night, Real Moscow. Yeah, we're still here. We're both here. So I'm going to click end stream. If I can just find where the button is, because it might. Oh, yeah, I do it from here, right? I think. Let me just pull up that screen there. And then pull up this screen over here, because I've kind of got two screens just to throw myself off. So, yeah, thanks, everybody. Thanks for chatting. If you do want to post a comment after the video is ended or into the comments of this video, you can do it not in the chat like you're doing, but in the comments under the video. You're very welcome to do that and just mention that you're watching or thank you or whatever. I mean, no pressure to do that. I don't ask too much of everybody, but yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody. Traveling with Russell. We're back in a few days' time. Hopefully tomorrow or the next day, another live video as well. So, oh, Vet's wife. Thanks, by the way. Sorry, last goodbyes. I can only see the participants in the chat when when people actually do type something. So, yeah. Bye, everybody. Bye. Oh, where's that one? Bye. Bye.